Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's class. We're going to be focusing on the low back today, incorporating strength movements, twists, and stretches. You will need a block for today's class. If you don't have a block, you can use a book with smooth edges, or you can use a stack of blankets about the height of this edge. We're going to begin laying all the way down on our back. Starting to bend through the knees. The feet are about hip width distance apart. Giving you a little time to meet me here. Awesome. We're gonna squeeze the glutes and raise the hips slowly. We're gonna place the block underneath the tailbone and right above the sit bone, finding that sweet spot where it feels good just to let gravity take the weight of our lower half of the body onto the block. Good, bringing the knees up to the chest, squeezing them in. Starting to shift the weight to hip very slightly. Just trying to do what feels good on the back, whether it's circular rotation, side to side. Good. We're gonna squeeze the knees in, finding the stillness. Inhale, bringing them in a little tighter into the chest. Exhale, release just the left leg, extending it out, letting gravity take the left knee, and then pull in the right knee a little closer to the right shoulder. You can use both hands or both arms to pull it in, not letting the left foot touch the ground. So keeping the leg extended. Good. Starting to stretch out the groin. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out the nose. Taking deep, mindful breaths. Breathing into those areas where there may lie tension. Good. Inhale, bringing that left knee back to meet with the right. As you exhale, you're going to release the right knee, letting it extend out as you squeeze the left knee in a little tighter. Good. If you do have any previous injuries in the low back, sciatica or herniated disc, please do not force anything today and listen to your body. Good. Inhale, bringing that right knee back to meet with the left, squeezing both knees into the chest a little tighter. Good. Exhale, start straightening out the legs, feet to the sky, letting the blood rush back down the legs. Good, lowering down the legs slowly and controlled. You can use your hands to the sides for extra stability. Good, tight core. Breathing here. Once they touch the mat, you can start walking the feet up, back to the bent knees and feet hip width distance apart, planted on the mat. You're gonna inhale, squeeze the glutes, raise the hips. Good, bring the block to the side. Just for now, we'll come back to it later. We're gonna exhale, release the glutes back onto the mat. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, raise the hips. And exhale, release. One more. Squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Letting the knees fall over to the right side. The hands can come to a T, or they can lay on the legs to give them a little more stretch and weight. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Following the breath, inhale center, falling to the opposite side. One more round. Meeting me back, bringing the knees back to center. You're going to crisscross the legs and you're going to come up all the way onto the sit bones. Good. The knees are crossed here. You're going to inhale, start reaching over to the left side. Left hand plants behind the back. Right hand grabs onto the left knee. Start twisting here. Gazing over the left shoulder. Good. Inhale, twist a little deeper. Exhale. Good. Inhale, start sweeping the hands over to the right side, grabbing onto the right knee with the left hand, planting down your right hand behind the body, gazing over that right shoulder. Twisting slightly. Take a nice inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale, bringing the hands back to center. You're going to inhale, reach the hands up high to the sky, grabbing onto your right wrist with your left hand. You're going to start having the right palm face the ground and bringing it over to the left side, stretching out that nice side body, making sure your back is flat and not arched. Good. You have an option to release the left hand and then softening that left shoulder. Good. Inhale, bring the hands back to center, grabbing onto that left wrist with the right hand, palm faces down, sink it on over to the right side. Letting go of that right hand if it feels good for you today, softening the right shoulder, getting into a little deeper stretch for that left side body. Inhale back to center. Good. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Meeting me in a tabletop position, whether you want to bring the hands under the knees, pressing up and shooting back, or slowly coming back in the tabletop. Whatever you decide, meeting me here. Coming into a cat-cow, starting to wake up the spine, keeping the toes tucked. Inhale, look up, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin comes to chest. Inhale, look up, nose to the sky. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Following your breath, loosening up and waking up that spine. Good. On your next inhale, coming into a neutral spine. You're going to start shifting the weight forward ever so slightly. Keeping the toes tucked, shifting the weight back. Sitting all the way back on the heels. And then letting the knees come off the mat. Good. Once your knees are off the mat, you can start extending the legs slowly into your downward facing dog, gazing at the knees. And then bending into one knee at a time if that feels good for you. Keeping the head heavy. Awesome job. Inhale, pressing back, hips up. The heels do not need to come to the ground. That will come with time. Exhale, looking in between the hands, rolling into a high plank. Good, and lowering all the way down to the stomach. Awesome job. Hands come to a T. You're gonna start bending into that left knee. You can start pointing the toes. Good, and then bring that left knee up to the sky, starting to stack the hips, peeling over to the right. Good, this left foot does not need to come on the ground. Just giving yourself a nice back twist. Inhale back to center. Squaring the hips. Left knee comes down, left foot comes down. Inhale, bending into the right knee. Starting to peel open to the left side, stacking the hips. The weight comes onto that left shoulder. Awesome job. Inhale back, squaring off the hips. Right knee comes down. Right foot comes down. You're going to inhale, press up into a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right foot up high, coming on the balls of the left tippy toes. Exhale, right foot comes planted in between the hands. Awesome job. Left hand stays planted on the inside of your right foot. You're going to bring your left foot in a little closer, and your left toes are pointed to the edge of the left mat. Finding some balance here, we're going to start straightening into the right leg, or you can keep it micro bent. Planting the left hand, keeping it on the inside of that right foot. Inhale, reach your right hand up high to the sky. Opening up the chest, shoulder blades start coming together. Good, coming at the fingertips of your left hand, or you can place it on a block. Inhale, lengthening through the arms, looking up at the fingertips, reaching high. Exhale, bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Inhale, reaching that left hand up high, lengthening through the arms so you're not putting all the weight on that right hand. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the hands back to frame that right foot. You're going to inhale, look up, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cartwheeling the hands up, coming all the way up, hands come to a T. You're going to shift the weight forward. Good, then drop that right hand back onto the mat, coming into your triangle pose. Beautiful, bringing the hands back to frame that right foot, planting them in front. Good, you're going to start reaching your right foot up high to the sky. Exhale, bring it back to meet with the left, rolling into a high plank, coming down onto your knees for chaturanga or lowering without the knees. Good, inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, inhale, reaching that left foot up high to the sky. Exhale, shifting the weight forward, looking in between the hands, and planting that left foot. Beautiful. Bring that right foot in just a little more. The right toes are facing the right edge of the mat, keeping your right hand planted on the inside of that left foot. Good. You're going to inhale, reaching your left hand up high, finding balance, using your core, using the strength in your legs. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring your left hand on the inside of that left foot. Good. Inhale, reach your right hand up high. Inhale, reach a little higher. And exhale, bring the right hand back to frame that left foot. Inhale, look up, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cartwheeling the hands up to a T. Good. Exhale, start shifting your weight forward, keeping your left leg straight. Good. And letting your left hand fall on the inside of that left foot. Hands are to a T, but your right hand's up, and your left hand is down. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring your hands back to frame that left foot, shooting your left foot back high to the sky into the three-legged down dog. Beautiful. Rolling up into a high plank. Vinyasa. Coming into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking up at the top of the mat, you're going to step, hop, or jump to the top. Excuse me. Inhale, look up, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold, sitting on the sit bones, coming all the way down. Good. And you will need a block for this next one. You're going to come at the top of the mat, and you're going to sit on the block, or a stack of books, or the stack of blankets. Good. Bring the edges of the feet to the edges of the mat, having the feet pointed outward. Good. So you're in this low squat position. If you don't have a block or a book, you can do it without it. It's just there for extra stability. You're going to start pressing the elbows into the knees. Hands come to prayer. Good. Opening up the hips, keeping the back flat, gaze is forward. You're going to start bringing your left hand out to the outer edge of the mat. Reach your right hand up high. If you have a bind, take the bind, finding that crease where your thigh and hip meets, opening up the shoulders, gazing over the right shoulder, or keeping that right hand up high. Good. Bringing the hand in the palm on the back of the head. Good. Opening up with that bent elbow. Inhale, open. Exhale, bringing that right elbow to the left side. Collapsing to the left. Inhale, open. Exhale, collapse. Good. One more. Inhale, open. And exhale, collapse. Releasing the right hand off to the right side. Inhale, reach the left hand up high to the sky. Taking whatever variation feels good for you today. You're trying something new. Staying here for one more breath. Opening up through the chest. Good. Inhale, reach the hand up high. Exhale, bringing that hand behind the scalp, opening up on your next inhale. And exhale, collapsing to the right side. Inhale, open. And exhale, collapse. One more. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, collapse. Releasing the left hand. Good. Bring the hands back to heart center, pushing the knees out to the sides. Removing the block if you are sitting on it. You're going to start sitting all the way down once more to the sit bones, scooting back to the middle of the mat. Good. And then lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Walking the feet up towards the body. Adjusting what needs to be adjusted. Bringing the knees to a 90-degree angle. You're going to start pushing the hands into the knees and pressing them away as you want to push the knees towards the hands. You're going to do a couple rounds of bird dog, where once you extend the left leg and reach out with the right, you're going to keep pushing on to the opposite leg and hand. So we're going to inhale, extend the right leg, reaching out with the right hand behind us. Good. Exhale, bringing them back in. Right hand starts pressing into the knee, Right knee presses into that hand. Inhale, extend the left leg. Reach the left hand out behind, using a tight core. Exhale, bringing them back. This time following your breath, doing the last round on your own. Meeting me back, pressing the hands into the knees. Awesome. Now letting the knees fall into the chest, squeezing them in. Good. You're going to bring the knees back to that 90-degree angle. Bring your right foot over the left knee and clasping the hands behind the left hamstring, pulling that leg into your body, keeping the back nice and flat on the mat. Taking nice deep inhales and exhales. Good. Letting the right foot come all the way to the left side, stacking the knees together. You're gonna bring the right foot around the left ankle if you can. If not, keep it here. Let the left leg and the left foot plant on the mat and start shifting the knees over to the left side, using the feet to lift your hips and then stack the hips and then fall once more to the left. Hands are to a T. Looking over the right shoulder. If this is too much, you can come to a regular supine twist, straightening out the left leg and just bending into the right knee. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bringing the knees back to center, squaring off the hips. Good. Unraveling the legs, knees come up to the chest. Bringing that left foot over the right knee, pulling in that right leg towards us. Awesome job. Letting the left foot go to the right side, letting the knees stack. Again, you have an option to bring that left foot under the right ankle, or just leave it and having the knees stacked. Hands come to a T. Right foot drops. You're gonna lift your hips with that right foot and stack the hips. And then let the knees fall over to the right as you gaze over the left shoulder. Good. Trying to keep that left shoulder on the mat as you're twisting over to the right. Inhale, one more. And exhale. Inhale, bring the knees back to center, unraveling the knees. Taking one last round of windshield wipers, dropping the knees over to the right. Good. And over to the left. Good. Bring the knees back to center on your next inhale. Planting that low back on the mat. Bringing the soles of the feet to touch, letting the hips open up. Knees are spilling off to the sides. Pushing the knees with your hands to open up the hips even more for one breath. On your exhale, push a little harder. Good. Inhale, bringing the knees back together. Then letting the feet fall to the bottom of the mat. Good. Letting the hands lay on the sides of the body. Just finding a couple breaths here of silence and stillness. Feeling the breath move through the body. Closing the eyes. Releasing the tongue from the root of the mouth. Easing the eyes. Softening the forehead. Coming up at your own pace, on your own time. When you're ready, coming up into a seated position, no rush. Namaste.